everybody, welcome to my channel. Today is going to be about the struggles of an artist slash designer. I want to thank all the subscribers. I noticed I have a few more, even though that's very low compared to a lot of people. It still makes me happy when I see I get a new subscriber. This is my last video here. I just wanted to make this video because I'm going through this, and I know a lot of people are also going through this. I know there was an article I saw recently that inspired me to make this video. This is my Facebook page. Oh yeah. This is crazy. Here it is. Okay, so seeing this inspired me to make this video. This is what us struggling artists and designers go through. It isn't fair at all. Tired of being asked to work for free, this artist started drawing these client requests. So basically what this artist did was take quotes from clients and make a picture of them and what they look like as they're saying this quote. So let's go through them, okay? Number 1, surprised by your invoice. I put a lot of smileys in my emails, so I thought we'd become friends and you wouldn't charge. Wow. I request artwork from a friend. I paid them. I commissioned a painting from someone I've been friends with for over 10 years. I paid her. Friendship does not equal free work. Exactly. So many times I've gotten requests to do artwork. I'll say, oh, okay, how much do you charge? And I'll give them a price, and then I don't hear from them again. Like, they'll pay for people they don't even know. Like, they'll pay for all these musical artists or whatever, but they won't pay for you. I used to charge a lot less than I do now, and some people were saying I was selling myself short, but I figure, like, when you start off, you have to start at a lower price, and then as you become more professional, you start charging more. And I still don't think I charge that much, but it's like people are really cheap depending on who they're spending the money on. And I think it's very unfair. If they see you're talented and they want something from you, then they should be willing to pay. I don't understand why does it always have to be free? Whether you're friends with them or not, they should be willing to pay, because this is something you're very good at, and this is basically like your career. This is your job. So why should it always be? Why should they not pay you? How do they expect artists to make a living if they expect them to give everything away for free? That doesn't make sense. And that's why a lot of artists struggle and they don't get paid that much until after they die. Like, these famous artists, they don't make a lot of money when they're alive and they struggle, and then when they die, all of a sudden people want their artwork, and then they make a lot of money, but they're not even alive anymore to spend it, so what's the point? Moving on, this one, number 2. If we had money for this, we'd be going after real artists who paint on real canvases, not the digital fake stuff. Wow, okay. Someone else commented, fundamental misunderstanding of the mediums of art. Physical mediums, each and every single one of them have their own advantages and limitations. Digital media has advantages and limitations as well. All of them require technique, skills, time, energy, and material. If you don't have money to pay for art, you don't get art. Thank you, Lori, and this person has some very good points, just like the first one. The digital fake stuff, wow. Whether it's digital or by hand, it's still work, it still takes time. You should still get paid for it. I don't understand. But the person who commented, she described it perfectly. So there's not much I can add on to that point. But that is so disrespectful to say if we had money for this, we'd be going after real artists, not digital fake stuff. Why don't they try it then? They think it's so easy to make this stuff. And they seem so nice, and then the moment that you ask for money, then they want to make all these excuses. People are just cheap. Here we go, number 3. Can you show Joanne how you designed our business cards? I don't want to pay you for doing them. Okay, here's the problem. Even when you show someone sketches or roughs, that is a part of the process, so you should still be paid regardless. So whether you sketch it, you do the layouts, and it's already designed and done, regardless, you should get paid. So this is why a lot of designers and artists need some sort of contract and some form of agreement, so that when the client decides to back out of something, you can say, well, according to this contract or whatever, you still need to pay me. And this person said, she's basically saying, I prefer stealing, you know, which is what it is, because this takes a lot of time and effort. And then for you to say you don't want to pay you for doing them, but you want the person to show one of your people how you designed it. That doesn't make sense. Number 4. This is a great way to build your personal portfolio, as all work done with us will be used in a professional business manner. So basically, they're saying, yes, this will help you build your portfolio, so why should we pay you? This is good enough. You don't need any money. That's what it's saying. And I think that's why there's a lot of volunteer internships and stuff. Like, I have no problem doing volunteer work, but for you to say that this is so good that you're getting the experience, you don't need money, is very disrespectful. Like I said, a lot of time and effort put into this. Your talent should not be wasted. And this is just like a slap in the face. So this person says, and in the end, what? They messed up. And in the end, the artist doesn't receive a single penny out of the hard work he or she might have done, while the business makes thousands of dollars because the artwork helped with it. That's business for you. Exactly. So they're making a profit off of your free work. So you should be getting a profit off of that as well. It shouldn't be just them. Because without you, they wouldn't be able to make all this money to begin with, all the attention and everything like that. Let's move on to number 5. You must do it because you love it and not because you're in money hunger. Okay. Yes, you're also doing it because you love it, but at the same time, you need to make a profit too. Like, it shouldn't be done for free. This is your job. This is your work. And especially if you're really talented, you should get paid for doing it. I don't see why people don't want to pay. Besides being cheap, you can love what you do and still get paid for it. You don't have to have a job you hate in order to get paid. R.E.M. says those people must be bitter that they're miserable at their jobs. Newsflash, you can love your job and get paid for it. Exactly. Some people just don't get it. And it's very frustrating. Okay, number 6. I will not be able to pay any amount of money to the artist in my current position. I am saving money for a trip to Japan. Are you serious? I don't care where you're going. You need to pay your artist. So this sounds like someone who said that they were willing to pay at first, but now at the last minute they're saying that they can't pay because they're saving for a trip. You can save for a trip, but you also need to save some money to pay the artist who helped you. I don't care what position you're at, because if you can afford to go to a trip to Japan, you can afford to pay your artist. Let's see what this person said. Then no artist will be in any position to provide you with any amount of work. They need to pay their bills, not your trip. Thank you. They act like artists and designers don't have bills to pay. We all have bills to pay. Number 7. This is currently unpaid as the website isn't making any effing money and we are all broke as yeah, I'm not gonna curse. This was extremely rude. There was no need to curse. And I don't care if you're all broke, quote unquote. I'm sure they still have some money. Like, to me, this seems like they put on the impression that the artist would get paid, but now that it's time to actually pay them, now they're backing out and saying that we can't afford it, it's not making any money, so why should we pay you? Regardless, you worked hard on it, so you should get paid for that. How is it your fault that the website isn't making money? And even so, that's a lie. That is a lie. It probably is making money. They just don't want to pay you. You're looking for a partner in losses in people who already have trouble getting paid for their work on a normal basis. Make sure you know who you're working for before you sign up for it, because you're going to end up in a situation like this. Number 8. Need someone to take some good pics of me for my Tinder profile. I'll pay you in beer. I don't want to get paid in beer. I want to get paid in cash. Because, like I said, there's bills to pay. I would rather get money because there's things I need to buy, and what can I use beer for? Yeah, you can get a buzz, you get drunk or whatever. I don't want that. I want my money, okay? Instead of spending, you have the money to pay for beer, but you don't want to pay me. That makes a lot of sense. So this person said, how about instead of spending money on beer as payment, use that money to pay the photographer? Exactly. Exactly. These people, their logics just don't add up. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I know I would keep saying it doesn't make sense because it doesn't. This will pay off. No pay. Yeah, basically saying that your hard work will pay off, but they're still not willing to pay you, which is really messed up. And this is like why a lot of the artists, designers, photographers, all that stuff is struggling. It's already a very competitive field, and then it's hard unless you have like a bunch of experience, and then you get a bunch of internships, and then some of the internships are volunteer or college credits for it. Some of them do pay. The least you could do is pay something. I know a lot of them do pay minimum wage, but at least that's something. Don't just say, oh, this is gonna pay off, this is great for your portfolio. Okay, but what about my bank account? I need to pay for things, especially all the tools you have to use. Stuff ain't free. I mean, some people find ways to download the free Adobe stuff and all the other programs, but there's certain things that you need to pay for, like laptops, flash drives, even art materials, cameras, whatever you use. Great exposure. People die of exposure. Pay the artist. Thank you. This Lori in person has some very good viewpoints. The perfect applicant would have a consistent income elsewhere that will financially enable them to see the project through release. So volunteering, right? They're trying to make it seem so smart and educated. They're putting the words around what they're actually trying to say. So instead of saying it straightforward, they're using all these words so that it sounds good, but in the end, it's not, because you're still not getting paid. So always read between the lines. A consistent income elsewhere. That will financially enable them to see the project through release. Bullcrap. Moving on. Number 11. Last month I dropped acid and had an epiphany that told me I had to build a website dedicated to good writing. I cannot offer any pay. What does that have to do with not paying the person? What? I dropped acid once and the space giraffes are stealing my cornflakes again. Yeah, this is just like one of the worst excuses ever. They didn't even try. All that effort you put into excuses, you can put into paying your artist. It's really that simple, but people want to make things so complicated. Number 12. Once this project is started up, the funding will automatically come in through YouTube, etc. Oh, really? Why can't they pay you directly? Why are they saying the funding's automatically coming in through YouTube, etc.? So let's see. You don't just need money to maintain what you build, you need money to build it too. You can't promise construction workers that they'll get paid once the tower is done. That shows a lack of management skills. Exactly. You don't have them work on something for all that time and then it's over and then, oh yeah, we can't pay you. No, this is why some people, they do half and half. You have to pay half of the amount while the project's going or before the project starts, and then the other half when it's over. But you have to pay them something while the project is going on. Even though like certain things, like I know I used this website called Hire Owl, and they don't pay you until they're satisfied with the project. It's a whole thing. I'll show you the website when I finish this. You should be paid during and then after, like depending on how you want to get paid. But regardless, you need to get paid for something. So that was the last one. So this is a good site for students and recent graduates. And I came across this website through an advisor through the internship program I was in. Unfortunately, it was after I graduated. I feel like this would have been very helpful if I was still in school because they mainly focus on students. See, hiring students for internships and freelance projects just got a lot easier. Like the employers have to go through a screening process before they can post on here. So this is a safe site because actual clients use this instead of like any random person posting fake job positions and then you get scammed. So that doesn't happen here. You can trust this site. I've used it. I still like to use it. But they changed it, so I don't know if I'll be able to use it anymore because I've been out of school for quite some time now. But if you're a recent graduate, you can still use it. And hopefully if it goes really well with the employer, then they will contact you to work with them again. There's another website that I use called Way Up. It's for students and recent graduates. And unlike Hire Owl, you can still be like over 6 months out of school and you can still find something. But the issue I have with this is that a lot of the jobs they have, at least where I'm located, they're mostly for sales. Career advice, common interview questions, cover letter tips, entry-level jobs 101, how to succeed in your job, internships 101, resume tips, sort by industry and majors, your first week on the job. These are very helpful things that even I need to look through. My advice is the best time to get experience is while you're in school, because I'm realizing more and more that a lot of these jobs ask for a lot of experience that they shouldn't expect of you. Like if you recently graduated, why do you expect them to have 3 years of experience? Like what? And as an entry-level job, you want 3 years of experience. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, right? Of course not. If you can get internships during school, that'll be really good so that when you graduate, you'll already have some sort of experience. I know this video went from like a rant to tips, but I just want to help the people out there and know that like you're not the only one struggling through this. If you are dealing with this or you know somebody dealing with this, hopefully this gives you a better understanding, because it's very tough, and then people who aren't in this situation don't understand. Yes, you can volunteer, but not all the time, because you're never going to make any sort of profit. And then it's going to seem like it's okay for them to always ask you to do something for free when you know you're worth more. But it is fine to occasionally volunteer. It's just that don't make it a habit. If you have any questions, let me know. I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.